Hello and welcome again to this edition of Phi TV, a product of Florida Internet and Television, the industry that connects 95% of Floridians to their internet and favorite television station. I am joined by none other than Representative Black, a brand new freshman, but he's gone through a few special sessions, and I'm Brad Swanson, your host. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so you've already been in the midst of a special session here or there, you've mixed it up, but let's talk about your bills. What are you working on this session?
Well, we're working on a number of bills, probably the two that you would find very interesting. One's been filed, one is about to be filed.
Okay.
So everybody
As of the taping of this episode. Okay.
That's right, that's right. So we're filing the Paycheck Protection Bill.
Okay.
Look, in Florida, we believe that we have a right to work. We also believe in the right to have collective bargaining. Mm-hmm. And our bill will make sure, particularly with regard to public employees, particularly teachers unions, that their paycheck is going to be protected. The union won't get to automatically draft dues out of their paycheck, and the union is also going to be held to a higher standard. They will need to be going forward representing at least 60% of the teachers in order to not have to go through a recertification process.
Got it.
And what this is going to do, this is going to make sure that unions, if they choose to have a union at all, are absolutely representing those teachers and doing so fairly.
We've seen paycheck protection before in the legislature, and this governor has had full-throated support for that topic. Your offices are going to be full, the Capitol is going to be full. You obviously must be ready for this conversation.
You know what? This is a bill that's going to be good for teachers, good for education. It's going to be good for Floridians, and we're ready to make that argument. Everybody is welcome to come and be heard.
Exciting, exciting. Well, that's definitely going to be an oxygen stealer. So tell us, what else are you working on while you're in the Capitol?
Well, we're working on another bill. A year or so ago, we passed legislation that made it a crime, a felony, to deface or destroy public monuments and statues and so on. But what was left off was any civil remedies. So I will be filing a bill that is going to address that, and it will establish that any entity or individual that defaces a public monument is going to be liable for treble damages. And it also allows the government that may have owned that statue to bring that action, but also any Floridian in this state can bring that action. And also historical preservation societies, they can bring that action. And that way, the damages that these people are creating in our cities all across the state, they will end up being forced to pay for it after they get out of jail.
Two very nuanced bills, and as a cattle farmer, as I recall, these are things that are germane to all businesses, but also germane to all Floridians. How excited are you for this legislative session?
This is going to be an historic legislative session. We have never seen anything like this in Florida, and honestly, I'm not sure that any state has ever seen anything quite like what's going to happen here, starting tomorrow. Starting soon.
I think so. Okay, so Representative Black, we are the Internet and Television Association, so we ask this question of all of our guests. When you're not doing this important work at the Capitol, how do you take your mind off it? And really what we want to know is, what are you streaming, what are you watching on your Netflix or your Prime or one of your deals? What do you like to watch when you're taking your mind off this stuff?
Well, you mentioned I'm a cattle farmer, so I'm always trying to stay up to date on what's happening with cattle. I'm a member of the Cattlemen's Association, and if you don't run your cattle ranch very carefully, you find out you'll end up having unexpected rodeos.
Well, we hope your reception is going well, and that you're paying attention to all the auctions that are online for all the cattle stuff, and most importantly, thanks for coming on Phi TV.
All right, thanks for having me.
Thank you. That's all the time we have for this episode of Phi TV. For more interviews like this one, make sure you hit us up on our social media feeds, and for now, thanks for tuning in.